Wait a minute, I thought you was part of this system. Do you understand? I thought you were part of the system. What you mean you got to come together and lobby? Why? Because ultimately now, you are not part of that system. You're not in their politics.
Right.
They don't see you as part of the politics.
That's right.
Barack Obama is a big joke to derail the Democratic Party from getting in. That they can leave Republicans in there and continue to do what they're doing. Not only that, he's not black. His mother's white, his father's African. That's why his name Barack Obama. He ain't from America. More disrespect to you. And then, oh yeah, this is first black, this, that, and the other. That's why I say you don't have no black senators. Barack Obama can't rightly represent us. How can he possibly represent us? Fight for our concerns. Go hardline. When his mama white. How far he gonna go? The only way to be able to truly go hardline for our freedom, for true justice and true equality for us, is to be able to point out the injustice, the lack of freedom, the enslavement, and the lack of equality coming from who? His own mama's people. Where is it coming from? How can he point it out? And unless he points it out, this is why this is one aspect of the messenger's teachings. You have to point it out. We don't want to spend all day on white people. This ain't really about them in that sense of the word. It's more about getting you up. It's more about teaching you. It's more about resurrecting you than anything else. But we have to point out the monkey on your back for you to be able to shake him off. There's no way to know how come you in the condition you're in unless we point to how you got in the condition you're in.
Right.
It ain't for us to stand all day talking about white folks. No. But it's designed to show you that you are not part of their system. Never will be part of their system, of their way. It don't matter what you do. You're not in that picture. And of course religion, as we know, is the same way. We talked about it last week. Everything white in religion. Nothing black in religion of any value. Stop and think about it. You go to the church, you have Bible stories. Nothing black about it at all. No black folks involved at all. Right or wrong? Blacks ain't did nothing. In religion, you the worst thing there is. White folks are good things. There's a sick mentality that's still pervasive inside of us that we have to work to get out. I know that's right when I look at the NBA players. When I look at Tiger Woods and all the rest, the first thing you do is go marry a white woman.
That's right.
As soon as you get a little bit of money, you want to throw your own black woman away.
Right.
The same black woman who suffered with you.
Right.
The same black woman who caught hell from you.
Right.
The same black woman that was on the plantation being whooped for you.
Right.
The same black woman that, as dumb as you are, as silly as you can be, as ignorant as you are, as hard-headed, as backwards as you think, that black woman sticks right by you, this old silly nigga. Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. Listen to his silly behind. But she's right there. And then the minute you get a little bit of money, you want to kick her to the curb and go run and get a blonde-headed, blue-eyed devil. Oh, let me start talking about them white girls.
Come on.
Huh? You want to go get one of them and throw away your beautiful queen?
Right.
A woman who is the only real woman that knows to you. All them white girls got a plan.
Right.
As soon as I have a couple of babies, I'm gone.
Right.
They got a plan anyway. It's about money. How many of you all know anybody who had long-term relationships, white and black, that lasted? You may know one. Now, how many of you have known a bunch of different people who was going out with or married white people? You all know people that married white, right or wrong. 90% of those relationships don't work, do they? 90% of those relationships break up, right or wrong. Why do they break up? They break up because there can be no real true love between black and white. It's an impossible thing to do. And because there can be no real true love, she got a plan. Ultimately now, what does she do? Get that money. I want a kid, 2 kids. Once I got the 2 kids, I'm gone. She's not going to stay there. So ultimately in religion, as I'm saying, you too are not in that picture. You're not in that picture. And because you're not in that picture, you are a victim. But I want to end by making another quick point about Master Farad Muhammad and his mother. Yeah, and his mother. Because those of you who have studied Islam, you know, and those who have not studied, you're going to hear from me right now, that Master Farad Muhammad, the teacher of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the man that we believe is Allah in the person, his mother was a white woman. So Brother Rondell asked the question, well, since there can be no love between black and white, did Master Farad Muhammad's father love his mother? And I said, just a moment. Let's be clear about something. When you talk about Master Farad Muhammad's mother, this particular white woman, you are not talking about what the lessons say. I constantly have to make this clear to people. Who is the colored man? The Caucasian white man. Hold up.
Listen now. Listen now.
He didn't say the white man. He said the Caucasian white man. Yakub's grafted devil, the skunk of the planet Earth. Those who ultimately now lived in Europe's Caucasus Mountains. Master Farad Muhammad's mother was the lessons say that when we ran them out of the Middle Eastern area, why don't I wear a necktie when I come in front of you? Because it's a Masonic symbol that represents what we did with the Caucasian. We actually put these long, we would have these sticks with rope attached to the stick. And you would take the stick and put it over this devil's head and drag it. So they wear neckties today. Sometimes the Texans wear actual rope and put a little thing on it. That's why they wear neckties. It's a Masonic symbol based upon what we did to them when we ran them across the desert. But the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said we rounded up all that we could find. We rounded up all that we could find. Well, what do you mean, Elijah? I mean, some of them were left right there in the Holy Land and were hidden by people because of the natural attraction black to white. We rounded up once they started making trouble in the Holy Land. Understand something. I can't presuppose my mentality on you so quickly because I'm going to close out on time. The Caucasian, after he came back from John's island of Patmos, in the Bible it talks about John's revelation on the Isle of Patmos. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that's talking about Mr. Yaqub on the island of Pilan, which is situated in the Aegean Sea right now. Ultimately now, once the Caucasian, who was grafted into existence, we'll get into that another time, came back from the Isle of Pilan, he started making trouble in the Middle Eastern area, in the Holy Land as we call it. Then ultimately we rounded up all of them that we could find and drove them out across the desert. So that's why in Masonry you have to cross the burning sands in your ritual. One of the Masonic rituals is that at a certain point when they reach a certain level of degrees, you have 33 and the third degrees in Masonic order. When they get to a certain level, they do something that's known as the ritual known as the crossing of the burning sands. Why? Because we ran you across the desert that way. And then they say, I spied Mecca. This is one of the Masonic rituals. I went through the crossing of the burning sands, and now I spied Mecca. What do you mean? I spied on